it's going great, honestly. You know, just 2 days in, getting to know the guys and getting to know the coaches, and basically transitioning to a new defense but basically I've been in 3 different systems, so it's like kind of like a new thing. It's going easy for me so far.
Yeah, what is kind of like your plan of attack every time there's a new system?
I would say just come out here every day with a great attitude, try to get better, don't make the same mistakes, and every time we're in the meeting room, pay attention and learn from your mistakes and do better the next time you're on the field.
Does it feel like there's more of a level playing field when you're coming in new, but also the coaching staff is too? Even the returning guys are
I think
learning?
it is. And then, like I said, with the defense, I done been in 3 different systems, so now it's like a advantage to me. So I done heard the verbiage before, so it's not my first time. So basically, yeah, sir.
You talk about the 3 different systems. You've transferred twice now.
Exactly.
Was the transfer process different this time after having gone through it once before and just learning what was more important to you maybe in choosing a new school?
I think it kind of followed back to the same thing, because knowing that this time actually it was a little bit different, because this time I was a graduate senior, so it wasn't like before I had to sit out a year and go to the FCS, so I had to worry about sitting out. This time it was at the same time, the same coach that recruited me from Illinois State, I got on the phone with him like, hey coach, I've been thinking about it, like either I should go to the draft. And he was like, hey man, like I'm about to get the job at SMU, we need linebackers. And it was like, we already had that bond from before, so it was like I trusted him, and I know he gonna give me my word at the end of the day. Like I know he wouldn't put me in a bad opportunity to come here and make plays like I did at Illinois State.
So you initiated the contact then, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
You reached out to him first?
Yes,
You're talking about Khenon Hall?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, you know, you're kind of actually unique then, because you've transferred in the non-transfer portal era and the transfer
That's what's
portal.
crazy, yeah. I wish I would have knew that year before COVID that they were just like, you can transfer anywhere then. I was like, wow. That was kind of crazy to me that they did it the next year after.
Yeah, so what kind of challenges, I mean, going from Tennessee, then having to go drop down to the FCS level, what kind of challenges were there in that transfer process? I mean, was it what you expected? Was the interest maybe not as high as you hoped?
Versus now, you saying?
No, just when you were going
before.
from Tennessee.
I would say before it was kind of different, because like it was some of the schools that I had back in high school, it was like hard for them. Like those guys wanted to have me, but it was harder versus because I had like 2 years, and then versus them with their recruiting class, so you had to wait to see like, okay, who's not signing on signing day, who is. So it was like way different versus coming in now being a grad senior, so it was like you can come straight in. So I'd say with that process it was kind of a little different, but at the same time I was looking for the opportunity of coming in and playing, so it wasn't like I wanted to go back to the big level knowing that I know I could obviously play at the big level, but it was more of getting the film, getting on the field really.
Mm-hmm. So when you got to Illinois State, was it kind of like, hey, once I get the chance to actually play, it was like I got to make the most of it?
Exactly, that's what it really was. Like it didn't matter what the level was to me, because it was like more of me getting on the field, making the plays.
Hey, he's good. I walk up in that new guy.
That's the best thing that I could do when I can get on the field. So I would say just me getting that opportunity to not have to worry about sitting out again another year was the best thing, honestly.
How clearly have they defined your role and what you're going to be doing, or is it still, look, we're only 2 days in, are they still mixing and matching, moving people around?
Right now I'm at the Mike position, but it's best to learn both positions. Just you never know what can happen in the middle of the game or throughout the season, because it's going to be a long season.
Were you at the Mike in both Tennessee and Illinois State too?
So it's crazy. At Tennessee, I learned both, Mike and Will. And then when I got to Illinois State, at first they wanted me to do the Mike position. Then it was like it was a guy that already knew the call, so it was like I played Will. So it was easy for me to learn Will real quick versus in their system. But now I'm back at Mike, so it's like I've been all over the place. But at the same time, it's good to learn both of them.
Do you have a preference? Are you more comfortable at one than the other?
Nah, because it's like I feel like both of them is. At the end of the day, you're doing the same thing, just depending on what side you're on.
Yeah, how much chemistry, I mean, is there left to build with whoever the other, if you're at Will, at Mike, how is that building, that process?
I think it's good just knowing like the guys that I'm in with right now, wise like literally we feel like we done probably like we all bonded since the day one that we all came, especially me, Quan is my roommate, and then you got Jimmy. Jimmy was my the guy on my official that had me my host. So it was like I already built a bond with those 3 guys like the first week I got here. And then when it came with Slade, the other middle linebacker, it was like boom, like the glue. Like all of us stick together, basically we all been playing with each other the whole time. So it's great having all 3 of those guys like take me under their wings or me take them oldest in the room, so it's going great so far.
So was the option pretty much, was it, hey, just either go to SMU or go to the draft, or were there other colleges you were kind of considering?
It was other colleges, but it was like kind of like the same thing as taking that opportunity. As far as SMU, they had started school on the 14th, so it was like when they set up my visit, it was more of like, hey, if you come here, you can turn around and have school right then and there, and then you ain't have to worry about getting your stuff here. Like on that visit, you can just stay here basically, because I'm already committed and then going to school on Monday. So I would say it's a good thing. Like I'm learning a lot versus I think staying, as far as not going to the draft this year, was a good thing, because like I learned real quick, like it's a big class that's coming out, so that's what most of the people told me. So it was like, do I want to take advantage now or wait till it's like a level and then I know